Okay, so let's crack open this little time capsule, shall we? We're going back to 2003 to see what the tech world was grappling with. And what's really wild is how incredibly familiar it's all going to feel, even 2 decades later.
I mean, come on. It's a universal feeling, isn't it? That moment when the very tool that's supposed to make your life easier just gets in the way and makes you want to pull your hair out. Well, turns out people were screaming about it way back in 2003, too. Meet Cassandra Hall. She was a tech columnist back then, and listen to this. Her frustration with Windows XP, it sounds like it could have been posted on Reddit or Twitter just yesterday, right? Her experience is going to be our guide through this whole thing. And the thing is, Cassandra wasn't just some isolated case. Nope. Her cry for help was basically echoing what tons of people were feeling. They were getting seriously fed up. You know, the big promise was that computers would just seamlessly weave into our lives and help us out. But for a lot of people, the reality was this daily battle with devices that felt more like, I don't know, obstacles than actual assistance.
And this slide, wow, this just shows you the problem perfectly. Take a look at this hotel reservation system from 2003. It's not intuitive at all. It's just this cluttered mess of buttons and fields. It's not a conversation. It's a puzzle you have to solve just to book a room. And the headaches went way deeper than just clunky websites. I mean, the everyday experience of just using a PC was a total chore. You had that constant hum of the fan, right? And the endless maintenance. Remember defragging your hard drive? Or the nightmare of installing one program and it completely breaking another? Yeah, sounds a little familiar, doesn't it? So you'd think the experts would be all over this, right? All on the same page to fix things? Well, you'd be wrong. The community of designers and engineers was actually completely torn on how to move forward.
And Cassandra saw this infighting up close. While everyday users were struggling, the so-called experts were busy arguing about job titles and philosophies instead of just, rolling up their sleeves and fixing the actual problems.
This really gets to the heart of the conflict. On one side, you had the engineers. They came from computer science, and they were all about logic, efficiency, and hard data. Then on the other side, you had the creative designers from the art world who were way more interested in the human experience, the emotion, the whole culture of technology.
And it all really boiled down to this one question. Were they building technology for some theoretical user, like a neat little profile on a spreadsheet, or were they building it for actual human beings with all of our weird habits, our frustrations, and our totally unpredictable lives? But look, in the middle of all this arguing, some people were actually trying to find a way to bridge that huge gap between the designers and their nice, clean labs and the rest of us out here in the messy real world. And one of the coolest ideas to come out of this was something called participatory design. The idea was so powerful because it was just so simple. What if, instead of guessing what people want, you just invite them into the room and ask them to help you design it? And here's an awesome example of this idea in action. They held a workshop, brought designers and kids together, no computers in sight, just paper, scissors, and tape. And their big mission? Design a pirate adventure game from scratch. This picture just captures the energy of that day so well. You can see the designers aren't just watching from behind a one-way mirror. They are right there on the floor, working together, listening, and getting this incredible firsthand experience with their actual audience. And the big lesson here? This workshop totally blew up the adults' assumptions. The kids weren't just these passive little users. They had opinions. And a lot of the time, their ideas were way better. While the adults were thinking about a simple, linear story, the kids were already thinking about high scores and navigation and different levels. It was a crash course in how to design for real people. So this all brings us back to our guide, Cassandra Hall, and her powerful final argument. It was really a plea for common sense that, honestly, might be even more relevant today than it was back then. This is just such a brilliant observation. Think about it. How many people do you know who, instead of typing a URL or using a bookmark, they just go to Google and search for a site they visit every single day? It's a simple, tiny behavior, but it reveals a huge failure in design. The correct way to do it is actually more complicated than the workaround people invent. And here it is. This is her core message. Stop chasing these huge, grand theories. Instead, just start fixing the small, everyday things that drive people absolutely nuts. I mean, it's always easier to sell a flashy new feature, but fixing that one annoying bug, that's what actually makes a difference in someone's daily life.
I just love this analogy. It nails her entire point so perfectly. We can talk all day about futuristic smart homes and all this amazing stuff, but if the toilet doesn't flush right, that's the thing that's going to ruin your day every single day. And that really leaves us with a final question to chew on. We've gone from Windows XP to AI in our pockets. The tech is light years ahead, but the basic frustrations, maybe they haven't changed that much at all. So what's the dodgy flush in your digital life? What's that one small, irritating problem that if someone just fixed it, would make everything a whole lot better?